Hey guys, welcome back to this video podcast. Now, today I'd like to talk to you about the nature of belief systems and how they have an impact on our life and also how we can change our belief systems. So first of all, we've got to consider what is a belief system. Well, a belief system is something which gets created at an unconscious level. It's very rare we make a conscious decision about the beliefs that we have, and more often than not, the belief systems can also not be our own, and that sounds very, very weird. So let's take an example. Sometimes in life we get passed down belief systems which we choose to take on at an unconscious level. And if we consider that, those belief systems can be from our family, it can be from society as a whole, which we come to the conclusion that yes, it must be true because our family have said it, our parents have said it, or society dictates that that belief system must be true. But let's consider that where did our parents or where did the society get that belief system from? Well, they're going to probably get it from the society before them or in previous years, or as well as that, it can be from their parents, so your parents' parents. And where do they get their belief systems? Well, you know it, it could be generations old. So we could be operating belief systems from way back in society or way back in our parents' belief systems. So that's the one thing to be clear of, that the belief systems we can hold can be created, or we can take those belief systems on from the generations before us. Which means, is that belief system that you may have truly appropriate in today, as in where we are right now in today's world? And also, if it's not yours, is it appropriate for you to carry on someone else's belief system? Now, I'm going to probably say no. If it's a negative belief system, like all money's a bad thing, or money leads to evil, or all men are, or all women are X, Y, Z, or not believing being good enough, whatever it may be, I'm going to guess and absolutely say that that belief that we may be taking on at an unconscious level is in conflict with ourselves being truly protected. So it's very important to be conscious of the belief systems that we have about ourselves and whether or not they're really ours to have, or that we can actually choose to let them go. And I'll get to that very soon. The other way that belief systems can come about is via just simply experiences in our life. And this is very important as well. So maybe I went for an interview, and on that job interview it went completely terribly wrong. And then I go for another one, and that also goes absolutely terrible. And what happens is, after a while, I may make an unconscious decision based on my previous experience of interviews that I am terrible at giving interviews or being in interviews. So our experience can be create belief systems. As well as that, it can be when we're quite young as well. So in the very first 7 years of our life, we can generate lots of beliefs about ourselves and about the world. So if we consider both of those factors, first one, which I mentioned in that analogy of me being in an interview, that maybe I was under great stress, disappointment, emotional kind of inappropriate, unwarranted emotional feelings and thoughts, and then I make that decision about life. So the decisions that we make which create beliefs can be when we're in an overwhelmed state of stress. And that means the belief system is not always formed in a way that it should be, one of which can really keep us safe. And the other one, example of me being very young or someone being very young, we didn't have all the knowledge and wisdom to be able to make the best belief system. Yet as an adult, we can be carrying on these belief systems, whether it be passed down in society or through our parents, or it could be from being very, very young and not having the knowledge and wisdom to be able to make the right decision about the belief that we should have, as well as that under stress. So those very three or four things right there can really lead us to certain belief systems. And the key for you, if you have a belief system that you or you no longer want anymore, which is not serving you or helping you, the key is to be conscious of this. The very nature of being conscious that you didn't have all the resources to make the best decision, that they're not your belief systems and they'll just pass down to you, and that you made that belief system and decision about yourself or the world under stress, will begin to reevaluate that belief system to see if it's really true for you or not. The nature of doing that will have to make some shifts in how you see the world. But another way of how you can change belief systems, and it may happen very quickly, but it can happen over doing this process over a period of time, is ultimately testing your belief system to see if it's truly true. Truly true, yes, right, truly true. So an example would be looking in your life, looking in your reality, to see if this belief system works in every part of your experience. So if I had a belief system of not being good enough, in a fun example it could be, well, am I not good enough to get dressed in the morning? Did I get dressed and I thought, oh, I did that terrible, I'm not good enough to get dressed. So those small examples will start to reframe the belief system. And that, although it's a silly example, that belief system was very big is now becoming more smaller and more defined in a certain area of our life. And we ultimately keep chipping away at this belief system, comparing it to our experiences to see if this belief system is always true or actually true for the environment that we actually use this belief system in. The other example is to consider what the intention is behind that belief system. That belief system, I'm going to guess, is a safety protection or safety or protective mechanism. And our job is, being conscious of the belief system we no longer want, is to be able to test it about other things, but also realize that if it is there to protect us, like the belief system of not being good enough will keep me from going in situations where I won't get hurt, or to keep me out of things, or I don't try new things because I'm in my comfort zone. So to realize the intention's good, and then for you to consciously create and consider some alternative ways of acting and reacting, ultimately visualizing in your mind and carrying out scenarios of how you'd like to be different, pre-teaching your unconscious mind, actually, with all this reframing, with all this learning, there's another way of being safe. And that means a new belief system will start to blossom through. So I hope that helps you just kind of considering your belief systems. Ask the question, what belief do I have about myself which is stopping me achieve X, Y, Z, or having the most wonderful relationship or my health? When you begin to get that belief system, you can then begin to reframe it and see if it's really true. If it's not true, you'll start to reevaluate it, or compare it to other scenarios, which means it cannot be completely true, honoring its intention, and then for you to consider and generate a new belief system that you'd like to have. Visualize that in your mind, pre-teaching your unconscious mind a new way of being in the world. So I hope you enjoyed that. I look forward to speaking to you very, very soon in an upcoming video. Many thanks and goodbye.